Welcome, fellow Wasteland survivors. I'm Dean. Thanks for stopping in. Today's video is Speak of the Devil, the walkthrough. Are you feeling patriotic? No? Well, you will be by the end of this video, because this little mini quest has everything that embodies the American spirit, with self-righteousness, entitlement, sex, and the American dream. Wait, there's sex in this quest? No, I'm talking about a hero, someone who will stand up for the common man's right to take his sister's brother's uncle's mother to Diamond City to get a haircut and not be shot at by every raider gang along the way. In this quest, such a hero will arise. So, to start this adventure, we need to go to Watts Electronics. Once inside, you'll find the Black Devil holotape volume 1 and Connie's note. Now at the bottom of the holotape it'll say take or play. I highly recommend to take it and then place it into your Pip-Boy from your menu. If you press play at this point in time, when you're through reading the holotape, there's an extremely high chance that you'll be dashboarded or DC'd from the game. It seems like we've been fighting off raiders ever since I moved back home. Bastards are like roaches. You kill one and 10 more crawl out of the cracks. I asked Pa how he dealt with them. He said he didn't have to. Back in the day there was this guy. They called him the Black Devil, and he made it his mission to drive all the raiders out of the Commonwealth. Whenever you needed his help, you just tuned your radio into his station and there he'd be. So naturally, I wanted to know what happened to him. Pa said he didn't know. About a year ago, the radio went static, and it's been Raider heaven ever since. But last week, I was at the old Watts building looking for scrap, and I came across this display that mentioned the devil by name. There were also a couple of holotapes which I couldn't make heads or tail of. So I asked my cousin Richie for help, because he's good with this stuff. He thinks the tapes might have music in them, a way to summon the devil. The blurb on one of the holotapes mentions two radio stations, AM 810 and FM 52.7. Richie thinks it might be tied to the old relay towers with the same numbers just northeast of here. Maybe we can use it to send up some music back to the station. Anyways, I'm leaving this note here just in case. I'm probably just being paranoid, but I get the feeling we're being followed. Still, if my hunch is right, and for some reason we don't make it, someone has to finish what we started and bring the devil back to the Commonwealth. The Devil Cometh. Introducing the Black Devil. By day, he's a hard-working janitor, cleaning the toilets at the local police station. By night, he's a commie-fighting superhero, here to uphold our core values of truth, tax loopholes, and the principles of the free market. Working with the U.S. government, the Black Devil gained his superhuman strength by merging his body with the Constitution. Covered in the impenetrable ink of our founding fathers, he hunts down communists with a gusto known only to the devil himself. So when the communists invade your neighborhood, just tune your Watts brand radio into AM 810 or FM 52.7 and make sure to turn the dial all the way up. Only when you play the music of America will the Black Devil recognize you as a true patriot and come to the rescue. The Devil's Music. As a true patriot, the Black Devil loves all songs that celebrate America. But out of that large and illustrious catalog, 3 in particular distinguish themselves as his favorite. The Battle Hymn of the Republic is a song that foretells the judgment of the wicked. For when the Red Army hears its melody on the breasts of our soldiers, they will crumble in agony and pain as their ears are too frail to withstand the sheer sonic power of freedom. The Stars and Stripes Forever is the heartbeat of a military march. While the battle hymn prepares one for war, the Stars and Stripes are the echoes of artillery fire, the sheet music of war. Lastly, America the Beautiful, not much more needs to be said about this timeless ballad, for America's beauty is what we fight for and aspire to protect. That is why these three songs have been chosen as the Black Devil's signature music. As a soldier, warrior, and God-fearing American, when he hears them played on the radio, he will answer the call. Richie's note. Oh man, I should never help Connie with that radio. Now he's done for. I was in the bushes when they took him. One of them said they were taking him to that old police bureau across the river. It sounds like they wanted to interrogate him. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I can upload the Stars and Stripes, but Connie still has the tape with the other music in it. He's so clever, maybe he can find a way out. I guess all I can do is just wait here and hope he comes back.
Risking my ass breaking into an empty broom closet. It's a world of alcohol, drugs, tobacco, firearm, and lasers. There has to be at least one of those things locked up as evidence. Besides, why would they install a turret to guard a broom closet? Good point. Think you can hide?
When we reach our objective, we can see that poor Connie didn't make it. We can also see the FM 52.7 holotape in plain view. Once again, like the other holotape, if you play it, when you come out of reading it, you may get DC'd. It's a high chance of that. So take it and then play it from your inventory into your Pip-Boy. Now there's a couple of ways that you can actually complete this section of the quest. If you pick up the holotape and then play it from your inventory like I just did, then you'll notice that it's encrypted and we need to find a password or hack the holotape. Now this is where the two different ways come into play. First of all, you can see that we need at least one hacker, but if you have 3 in hacker, then you can just go ahead and break the encryption and the quest is completed and you're on to the next stage of it. Or if you do have 1 in hacker, then you can guess a password, and it would be the 14th one in this list. The second way to complete this section of the quest, in case you don't have anything in Hacker, is to read Connie's confession. When you do, it says, check the wall. Right here behind Connie in this hole, you'll find a pack of cigarettes with a cigarette paper on it. And when you read it, it gives you the password. Now, if we go ahead and take the holotape, then play the holotape from our inventory, we can go ahead and just break the encryption because we have the password. Raw audio transcription 0127. Connie, we're trying to summon the Black Devil. Get him to protect the farm so... Unknown. The man you're looking for is no hero. He's a thief, and the armor he wears rightfully belongs to the Enclave. Connie, you're... talking nonsense, pal. The Devil's a guardian. Protects the farms from scum like you. Unknown. Your opinion is irrelevant. All we want to know is where to find him. Connie, why don't you check the police station? I hear he works there by day cleaning toilets. Maybe you ought to take a real good look inside one. Unknown. Sergeant Hodges, do me a favor and hand me that hammer. Raw audio transcription 0128. Unknown. You're wasting time. We know you have the information on the XO2. Connie, fine. Give me a paper and a pencil. I can draw you a map. Unknown. Connie, and a cigarette. I need a smoke. Helps with the creative juices. Unknown. Would you like something to drink as well? Maybe a massage. Officer Bradley here does excellent work with his fists. Connie, what I need is that cigarette, and not just one, but a whole pack. Raw audio transcription 0129. Unknown. What does this mean? Check the wall. Connie, didn't you know? That's where the devil is, in the details. Hodges, he's being deliberately evasive. Connie, look, if you can't find him, maybe we should call him out. All you need to do is sing his song. Unknown. Enough stalling. Tell us where the armor is. Connie. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grain. Hodges. Not this again. Connie. Oh, purple mountains, majesty above the fruitful plains. Unknown. For God's sakes, will someone shut this man up? Connie, America, America, God shed his grace on thee. Hodges, careful, torture may make his testimony unreliable. Unknown, I don't care, I just want to shut his goddamn mouth. Connie, error, no text match found. Raw audio transcription 0130. Hodges, sir, we found the armor. It was a hunch, but based on what that prisoner said, we checked the nearby police station, and it turns out there's a utility tunnel under the Boston police rationing site that matches the description. Unknown. Good work, Sergeant. I'm sure retrieving it won't be a problem. Hodges, the officers are already working on it as we speak. Sir, what shall we do with the prisoner? Unknown. Leave him. If he's lucky, he'll bleed to death before the raiders find him. Leaving the enclave. I was once a military officer, a patriot who wore the uniform with pride. I finished with honors at the academy, rose quickly through the ranks, and joined an elite troop of soldiers known as the Devil's Hand. As a special force unit, we were given access to new prototypes, the crown jewel of which was the XO2 power armor. With it, we cleansed the wasteland of mutants, ferals, and the unpure. We found old technology and discovered uncharted lands. We did it all with ruthless efficiency. For that, I was decorated, distinguished, and yet I felt more disillusioned than anything. We mocked the outsiders for being unclean, but after each mission, I was the one who always felt dirty. Everything was done to maximize enclave resources and strategic positions with no consideration for those who paid the cost of our labors. Some were children, others barely born. But if you ask me why I defected, it wasn't one thing. There was no crying child, no singular event that made me turn. My belief in what we were doing simply eroded over time, like the callus slowly peeling off the skin. I used to believe the enclave was here to protect the ideals this country was founded on. Now I realize that couldn't be further from the truth. And so eventually I left the enclave for good. Becoming the devil. At first, I wasn't sure if they'd come after me. The suit was valuable property, one of only a handful of modern XO2 prototypes, but the colonels were facing issues on a number of fronts. As it turns out, President Eden's death provided ample distraction for my defection. Maybe there'd come a time when the rent would be due, but for now, I was left to roam the Commonwealth by myself. One day, while scavenging, I came across an old holotape for a locally syndicated radio program. The show was terrible, and it was rightfully canceled after a few episodes. The devil was a character with horns and a pitchfork and multiple catchphrases. But the name of the character drew me in. He was a devil, just like me, but somehow he didn't let that define him. They turned him into a real patriot. Before I knew it, I started emulating some of his backstory. I found a bunker under an old police ration site with plenty of resources. I started listening to distress signals on the radio and helping out settlers. In the radio program, the Black Devil could hear the songs of America from thousands of miles away. I can't do that. But what I can do is set up a radio signal to transmit the old Enclave songs I have on holotape and hijack a few iBots to monitor settlements remotely. Some of the settlers have picked up on the clues and started playing the music when they need help. I've limited the station to broadcast only a handful of songs at the moment. I have 8 in total, but I'd rather not play them all. Some of them open up old wounds. A humble request. I need to shut off the radio for my own sake. Back when I was with the Devil's Hand, we used to play them while in the throats of battle. When I became the Black Devil, the music put my mind where it needed to be. But now, too many of the wrong memories get triggered by the melody. Besides, with my health being what it is, I can't be the devil anymore. So I've decided to leave the suit here in hopes someone will take up the mantle in my stead. To whomever is reading this now, I only ask one favor. To get through the door, you turn the radio on. All I'm asking is for you to shut it back off. But this time for good. The console has a kill switch that will short-circuit the radio signal. Triggering that should also disable the electronic lock on the safe, just in case you need a reward to make it worth your while. I'm asking you this favor because I might still be out there, living as a common civilian, and if I should pass by a radio, I'd rather not hear that music ever again. Hodges Journal. Try as we might, we can't seem to bypass this security lock. The radio seems to be the key, but it broadcasts only static. Tuning it to existing frequencies has no effect. As a result of our failure, the lieutenant sent a few officers back to the tower to recanvass the area, leaving the rest of us to absorb his rage. He's been extremely temperamental as of late. It's possible he's already infected. To be fair, maintaining any semblance of purity is difficult in this filth. If the lieutenant is any indication, the cost of trudging back and forth through this toxic bile of a wasteland may be beyond repair. Just breathing this air, I can already feel the taint inching towards my brain. Nevertheless, leaving the safety of the base is justified. Having the XO2 in our possession will help us maintain our supply count as we attempt to re-establish contact with the Enclave. In any event, if we fail to uncover any relevant information, it'll be my recommendation to drill our way in. The concrete may prove more forgiving than this lock. As many of you probably already know by now, I'm not the sharpest carrot in the haystack, but I think I did see a blowtorch around the corner. You could just cut your way into the cave, or better yet, cut the lock out. Hell, there's even a sledgehammer back there you could pound a hole in the wall. Well, nevertheless, I don't think these guys are getting in, because we already got in and we got the sweet, sweet XO2 power armor. Alright, my Wasteland friends, thank you all very much for hanging out with me for Speak of the Devil, the walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a very fun little quest to do, and we got a pretty nice reward for doing it. Once again, thank you all for hanging out with me, and until next time, stay safe and peace.